speaker that just came from the special panel of educational leaders is Professor Fred Luthans, professor at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in America. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I love South Africa.
Oh, that's great. You just had to get that in there, didn't you?
I had to get that in there, but I do.
You're obviously one of the people that have been on a sightseeing tour already, have
Exactly.
you? Okay, fantastic. The session that you just came from revolved around global challenges in talent development. What I want to ask you is, what is the role of positivity relating to talent management, talent growth?
Yes, I think we have a lot of good talent in South Africa. We need to develop that talent. Now, one way to do that, of course, is through education. And education has traditionally been mostly technological. I think it's time to also switch to psychological development. And we can do that through the importance of positivity. And positivity has always been talked about. And in our heart of hearts, everybody believes in it. Everybody believes it's better to be positive than negative. Everybody believes that it's better to look at the world as half full rather than half empty. But I think now it's time to put science behind that positivity. And that's what I've tried to bring to what we call psychological capital, positive psychological capital. Based upon the work in positive psychology, we have been able to show that there are certain psychological constructs that contribute to having theory, research, measurement, development, and impact. And we call these the HERO acronym, standing for hope, number one. Number two, efficacy. Another word for efficacy is confidence. Three is the whole notion of resiliency. And resiliency is so critical in these times that we live in, because it's not whether we'll need resiliency, it's when we'll need it, because we all have to bounce back. And then fourth is optimism, having a positive outlook for the future. And that together, HERO, spells hero, which is the hero within us. And trying to develop that hero within us, I think, has tremendous opportunities for growth, but also impact on performance. Because that's what we are showing in our research, that psychological capital, or what I call PsyCap, is able to have an impact on attitudes, behaviors, and performance.
Right.
And that's what's key.
Right. Would you say that these principles are of as much importance in your world,
Yes.
your first world,
Yes.
compared to our third world?
Absolutely. Probably more so. Because even, I'm of course from the United States, but most of our studies are in the United States and Asia, actually.
Right.
Because Asia, of course, as we know, is booming economically, but their problems are human. Their problems are well-being. Their problems are people are depressed because they're working so hard, they're all stressed out. They're jumping off buildings, as you may have heard in the famous example at Foxconn in Shenzhen, China. But the key here is that in this part of the world, we need this as well. Right. Probably as more so, because we've had this divide over the years, but now it's time to come together, which I think is why I love South Africa. They're really trying to do this, but we can do this through the positive mindset, as opposed to, thinking only about the past or having problems and distressed about the future. We can do this through positivity, and the power of positivity through research indicates that it can be done.
Great. Professor Fred Luthans, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.